All right, so what is up, traders? What's up, tycoons? For today's video, we're going to take a look at ticker symbol ZIL. Looking at it on the daily chart, this is the Zilliqa chart. What I'm going to do is go over the three major levels of support that we need to hold, why these are the three major levels, explain how I got those. We'll also go over the bullish price targets and take a look at the RSI and the MACD and how you can use all of these things together to really start to give yourself an edge in the market. Trading is like going to battle. It's like going to war. You need to have the proper weapons at your disposal, and you need to know how to use those weapons so that way you can increase your odds of success on the battlefield. Now, with that being said, of course, this video is not financial advice. I'm not telling you guys to buy or sell, any of this token. Rather, just trying to show you guys, some of the key levels, how to come up with those key levels. So that way you guys can start doing this on your own and, hopefully start being successful and not having to really just rely on other people so much and being able to, rely on yourself and give yourself an actual edge. Okay. So make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. We're going to jump straight into it. And the first thing that I want to highlight here, all right, are the major Fibonacci retracement levels. That's what these three levels are. Okay, there's the 38.2%, the 50%, and the 61.8%. The reason we look at these is these are the three most common and well-respected retracement levels. And you use these to identify trend continuation or trend reversals, right? So nothing moves in a straight line up or in a straight line down. Rather, you get a move up, retracement, continuation of the trend, or you get a move down, retracement, continuation of that trend. Okay, so that would be pretty much the example of how you use it to spot trend continuation, which is what we're looking for here on ZIL right now, ZIL. Okay, we're gonna see after this large move up, right, since the beginning of the year 2023, crypto has been pretty hot. And we're starting to see things cool down throughout February and the beginning of March here. But is this just a healthy pullback to ultimately continue the trend, or are we going to get a reversal? Because, the fibs also work for spotting potential reversals. So let's say you move down, retrace, and then you start consolidating and break through those retracement levels. That's going to be an upside reversal. All right. And then if you move up, retrace, consolidate, and break through those retracement levels, that's going to be a downside reversal, right? And so we're testing, some of our major Fibonacci levels right now. And we're going to see, do we bounce here and try to continue the trend, or do we consolidate in these areas and ultimately break below? That's why it says bearish below right here, okay? So 0.02364 is really going to be the level that you want to pay attention to. That's our 61.8% level. If we break below there and flip it to resistance from support, most likely we're going to get a retest of some of our previous lows in the range down we have in through here, okay? This is going to be, pretty much the range that we would look to be coming down and testing. And the reason being, if you take a look, we have some weak structure right here. So what does weak structure mean? Well, rather than seeing, strong structure and lots of structure where we're seeing up and down like we are over here, right? We really just have this one large body candlestick, right? And so price action moved very quickly through that area. There's not many levels of support or resistance in those areas that we tested prior, and rather we just moved up quickly through there. So that weak structure could ultimately result in a quick move to the downside back to an area of consolidation and demand that we established previously in the past. Now, the next thing that I want to mention really is going to be the MACD as well as the RSI, but we'll start here with the MACD, and it's pretty useful is for spotting potential entries and exits, right? So, as you can see, we have this red line here, and it ends up crossing above the blue line at this point on the chart, right? And so we have this little demand zone we're establishing here, and then we get a MACD crossover, and that really starts this amazing rally that we got on ZIL. But ultimately, we ended up getting a MACD crossover to the downside right over here. And you can see we've had a very sharp pullback ever since then. Now, we're still in healthy retracement territory, so keep that in mind. All right. Even though we've had a very sharp pullback, if you're bullish on this, you're going to want to see the MACD, the red line here, curl back above zero and get above this blue line. Okay. If it can curl above the blue line, then that could signal another potential entry signal on the MACD. Now, no one strategy is going to be 100% guaranteed. Okay. But what's really nice is when you can start to combine a couple strategies together. And so that's what we're going to do here. So take a look how we have a series of higher highs, right? So We have some highs over here, all right? And then we have some new highs over here. So clearly, you know, the token is in an uptrend, right? There's no denying that it's making higher highs. But ultimately what we end up seeing is we see that we end up forming a high here and then a lower high here on the relative strength index. And so this is a term known as bearish divergence. Okay. Whenever you're creating these higher highs on the price of the token, but you're making lower highs on the relative strength index. So you're losing relative strength as the price of the token's getting higher. That's a bearish divergence. And then shortly after that bearish divergence, you get the MACD exit signal. And you can see that that worked out pretty well, right? And we had a pretty significant drop here. So, you know, that's one of my favorite things to do is really combine some of the signals together on the RSI as well as the MACD. Pretty useful, you know, combining some of those things together, especially when you can get divergences combined with an exit or an entry signal. Now, with all of that being said, okay, if we do end up trying to continue this bullishness and we are able to take out our previous highs, all right, our bullish price targets are going to be 0.04064, 0.04527 and 0.05116. All right. But there's still a lot of work to be done. Okay. These prior support levels that we tried to bounce at have been flipped to resistance. So we're going to need to break 0.02618 and 0.02872 first. And then we need to make sure we don't put in a double top up here at our previous highs. And we actually get a nice breakout above those highs to ultimately hit the bullish price targets. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. I do these viewer requests every single week as well. So if you want to see your token, your crypto in the next video, all you got to do is comment down below and I'll get to it as soon as I can.